5 reasons I was a happier mum once I went back to work full time. Now, if you haven't already, go back and watch my first video on this topic. Working part-time as a mum is a scam, which goes into 5 reasons why working part-time for me made me quite unhappy. In this video, I wanted to focus on some of the positives when I went back to work full time. So apologies when I hit record in this video, my daughter woke up from her nap, so I'm sorry if you can hear some noises, but we're just gonna roll with it and we're trying to make it work. Hi, I'm Isa2. I'm a mum of 2 girls. I live and work in London. I'm currently on my 2nd maternity leave. So number 1 is obvious. It's money, right? Once I went back to work full time, of course my salary increased, and that obviously has loads of benefits. But the actual biggest benefit that I found was the psychological impact that had. Obviously, this is a massive problem we have in our society where domestic labour essentially isn't rewarded and valued in the same way that employment is. So it's not the work that I was doing when I wasn't working full time wasn't any less valuable than the work that I was doing once I was working full time, but just psychologically for me, I really appreciated being able to contribute to our household in that more economic way. Number 2 is a more equal domestic split. Now, my husband is such an equal partner. He is not someone who isn't doing the washing or anything like that. But the reality is, when you work part-time, on your days off, you are just the person who is just available to do a lot more of those household errands. Whether that's taking the kid to the doctor, picking up a prescription, or being there for an Amazon delivery, a lot of those chores just fall on you because you are the one that has the more flexible schedule. So once I went back full time, we had to be really intentional about all of those different domestic chores and just split them that bit more equally. Number 3 is career progression. Now, of course, I am not saying that you cannot thrive and progress in your career when you're working part-time. But for me personally, I just found that it was easier to make connections with my team and I was able to say yes to more opportunities. And that has had a positive impact on my career. Number 4 is seeing my daughter thrive at nursery. Now, obviously this will depend on every child, but my daughter is a really sociable kid and she loves being around other children. And we didn't have my 2nd child until quite recently, so she wasn't around other children at home. And she just thrived being in nursery. She made so many friends, her confidence increased. She's always been a really fussy eater, and my God, did I try at home with so many things, and I still do, but she does just eat better at nursery. And so she was doing that on a more regular basis. So I really felt happy and confident that it was the right place for her and she was thriving as well as I was. 5 is having more energy for my child. So when I was working part-time, I just feel quite exhausted. And when the weekends would come round, I really felt like I wanted to lean on my husband a lot more for him to take the reins because I felt like I'd been doing so much more in the week. But once I went back full time, I just felt that I had so much more energy and enthusiasm for the weekends. It was also nice because when I was working part-time during the day, I would often take my daughter to various different activities that now at the weekend we could all go together as a family. So it was really nice seeing my husband doing some of those activities with my daughter that previously I might have just done during the week. And just overall, I found that I was enjoying parenting more. And for me, I just felt a lot happier within myself. I'd love to hear from you what your ideal working setup would look like. What do you think are the benefits and negatives about both?